It was late at night and I was fast asleep when suddenly my husband woke me up. "I have to show you something," he said, his voice shaking. I rubbed my eyes and sat up as he handed me his phone. On the screen was a picture of a positive pregnancy test. "What does this mean?" I asked, confused. My husband's face was pale and he was shaking. "It means you're pregnant," he whispered, his eyes wide with disbelief. It couldn't be true. We had been trying for a baby for over a year and had recently started seeing a fertility specialist. But nothing had worked. We had almost given up hope. I looked back at the test in my hand. Was it really positive? I felt a surge of emotions all at once. Joy, excitement, fear, disbelief. It was too much to process. My husband and I stared at the test in silence for what felt like an eternity. We didn't know what to say or how to feel. We had dreamed of this moment for so long, but now that it was here, we were scared. What did this mean for us? For our relationship? For our lives? Suddenly, my husband's face drained of color and he clutched his chest. "I can't feel my legs," he whispered, his voice trembling. Before I could say a word, he collapsed to the floor. My heart stopped. I don't remember much after that. I think I screamed for help. The next thing I knew, I was on the phone with 911. As the paramedics rushed my husband to the hospital, I sat in the back of the ambulance, holding his hand and praying that he would be okay. I couldn't understand why he had fainted. Was it really that big of a surprise? He had just found out that I was pregnant and he had a heart condition. Maybe it was stress, I thought. Or maybe it was the shock. At the hospital, the doctors ran tests and tried to figure out what had happened. My husband was in stable condition, but they needed to keep him overnight for observation. I stayed by his side, watching him sleep, not knowing what to feel. The next morning, after running more tests, the doctor finally had an answer. "It appears that your husband's heart stopped beating for a brief moment," she said. "He went into cardiac arrest." My blood ran cold. "But why?" I asked. The doctor hesitated. "We're not exactly sure. It could have been the stress, as you said, or it could have been something else. The pregnancy hormones can cause a temporary increase in blood pressure, which can put a strain on the heart," the doctor explained. "In some cases, this can trigger cardiac arrest."